I wish I had played the first in the series because the innovative VR mechanics and storytelling in Another Fisherman still are absolutely superb. In this video, we will take a quick look at the sequel to the award-winning A Fisherman's Tale, simply called, well, I told you already, Another Fisherman's Tale. In this game, you embark on a VR adventure that immerses you into the game with its very poetic storytelling. You journey through beautiful and unique locations and solve puzzles using your own body, detaching it at times, yes, you heard me right, detaching it, and controlling your hands from a distance. What makes this game so unique is not only its storytelling, but also how it is presented. From the moment you start the game, it begins telling a story and at the same time teaches you the basics of the game. There is no separate tutorial level, and as soon as you start the game, you will realize that it's going to be a mind-bending puzzle game. You can detach your hands from your body and control them from a distance with your controller, and in case you need to control your hands on the other side of a wall, you can simply launch your head to the other side of the wall to gain some vision. This, from the get-go, makes you curious to see what kind of puzzles it will throw at you. Now, not only can you detach your hands, but you can also replace them with, for example, a hook to enable swinging, or with pinchers to cut ropes. Now, this will create variations and diversity, as you can imagine, in the puzzles you will face. Now, without spoiling too much, the locations and puzzles are diverse enough to keep you engaged. At one point I told myself that I needed to go to bed, but 1 hour later I was still playing the game. Now do note that it's a short game. With 4 to 5 hours of gameplay, you can finish it. The puzzles aren't extremely difficult and lean more towards the easy side, but again, this is of course a very subjective opinion. But I think the developers have also said that the average playtime will be around 5 to 6 hours maximum. And you know what? That is perfect. I should rather have a 5-hour game with superb storytelling than a 60-hour Ubisoft-like game where I have to walk from one edge of the map to the other doing simple, stupid quests. I am curious to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments about this opinion. Now, the storytelling, like I said, is great, and I really love the little cinematics in between its gameplay. It is fantastically done. Graphically, the art style fits the game very well. It is not breathtaking, and I never had a wow effect from how good the game looked, but the locations did impress me. Again, besides the puzzles, the locations are, like I said, diverse, and they take you from one place to a completely different one, also really keeping you playing the game. Now, in my playthrough, I did not encounter any bugs, and this was before the game was even released, so it went super smooth. It is a finished game, not an early access game, and that's what we like. Now, the only thing that I sometimes had problems with was moving my hands from a distance once I launched it somewhere, and with that, I mean turning my hands around. I was sometimes really, it felt a bit clunky, but that could also be because I just had to get used to it. The audio is great, the voiceovers, damn, they are done very professionally, and they need to be, because it is a narrative game. A narrative game with bad voiceovers is just meh. I see this game as a great one to play with your teenage kids, for example while casting it on the TV, but again, as a 32-year-old, I also really enjoyed the gameplay. As for comfort options, you can play this game perfectly seated. There is a vignette option for newcomers and you can disable it as well, and that also includes for smooth and teleport options, so you can basically tweak the comfort to your liking. As for the graphics, there is just low, medium and high settings. Now, if you like narrative games and at the same time enjoy puzzling around, this one is a must-have in my opinion. I would place this game in the same category as The Last Clockwinder. Absolutely fantastic game. Curious to know what that game is about? Go check out my review, and don't forget to check out my latest review of Breacher's fantastic game. Now, I hope this gave you a quick insight in this new puzzle game. If you want to keep up to date with the latest PCVR and PSVR 2 gameplay, then subscribe to my channel, and as always, I hope to see you all in the next video. Ciao ciao.